everybody, welcome to another quick edition of Candy Coated Conversations. We're here with a little quick video. Just wanted to have a little quick discussion and give my opinion on Chrisean Rock's appearances as of late. Okay, I'm rooting for Chrisean Rock. Rooting for her, to really have her career take off and go, to new heights. Heights that she didn't quite frankly see with Blueface. It's like she's in a new arena now. She's in a new phase of her life. She's a new mother and she's independent completely, making her own money, making her own decisions, and doing it her way. But at the same time, I still need for her to know that even as consumers, you know, when we pay to see money, we pay to see a good show. Some people are spending, their last little bit of money, you know, uh, and we don't take that lightly as consumers. Um, Now, Krishan did have a tweet that she made. And I'm going to try to find the tweet, but I can definitely paraphrase it, where basically she stated that, she's really not taking it serious right now. She's just playing around and that, her own tour doesn't start until January. So she's just messing around and not taking things serious right now. Well, to me, honestly, as a consumer, I was offended by that because, well, twofold. One, I was offended as a consumer because um, as consumers, when we pay our money, we do pay to see a good show. We pay to see for you to have some standards about the show that you're putting out and what you're presenting to us, especially if out of all the people and things that we could have spent our money on, we spent it on you. The second part where I was a little bit offended was on the behalf of these artists that are allowing her to take part in their venues and their shows and things like that. So while not headlining anything, they're allowing her to come out and participate in the show and take part. Aren't you still getting some money for doing this? I wouldn't imagine that you're doing it for free. So, with that being said, if they're breaking you off some money, don't go and make their show a shit show. You know, they have people that pay to come and see them. And if you're opening and things of that nature, you still need to put on a professional show, a good professional show. Um, I do have a friend who has some close insight into what happened at the 92 Fest last night. And it was very unprofessional. Not going to go into details, but this is firsthand knowledge that it was very unprofessional and things could have been done better. And people have been giving her advice as far as, you need to have a team of professionals that are assisting you with your shows. And I'm not quite sure why she's not taking heed to the advice that she's being given. There's nothing wrong. People are professionals and they're professionals in putting on great shows because they take direction and they're listening to people that have come before them that have offered advice. Hey, you need to do this. Hey, you definitely need to make sure you're at the venue at this amount of time to do a run through. You need to do sound checks and things this nature. And it seems as if these simple things aren't even being done to put on a halfway decent show. I mean, it's not like what it's a vibe. I I know people know the song, not quite sure in what realm it's a hit, but you really don't have much music out. The most commercial song that you have, really, really, really commercial song, is the song that you have with Mabu, which is not even your song. It's his song, which some people don't seem to get that. You're featured on it, but it's not even your song. So you don't even have the catalog that you need to have to make the type of mistakes that you're making. So with the little bit of music that you do have, you should be coming out and doing an excellent performance. the performances should be flawless. Really, honestly, the way that they do music, and this is not Krishan specific, the way they do music these days, y'all, the song be less than 2 minutes long. So for a song that's less than 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 22 seconds, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I expect that as a consumer, I expect that to be the most flawless 2 minutes I've ever seen. I mean, is it just me? Hopefully not, because I know I have plenty of sense. I'm not insane. So, um, she had issues with the lift coming out. They turned off her mic for various reasons. I'm hearing that she was booed in certain parts. A whole plethora of things that happened um, at last night's performance. Um, I'm not even going, and I'm being gracious enough. I'm not even going to include that whole Tamar incident because I really, for the life of me, don't know what that all was about. And in that instance, I'm willing to say there could have been a little bit of not self sabotage, but sabotage um, towards her in that instance. I don't think that they were honest about what was going on and her capacity in the show. And so I do think that that really threw her off a lot, probably made her nervous, things like that. So I'm going to not even include that in things. But just going forward, being that everyone saw that and how unprofessional even that looked, I'm not putting that on her. But with you being under such a huge microscope, I would want you to have everything pristine going forward. So, with that being said, this should have been a flawless performance. Um, she had a performance before that that seemed to go okay. I'm not recalling. Let me see who was that performance with? Was the performance where her sisters came out and they seemed to have a really good time that night. Let's see which one that was. Uh, I'm not even seeing pictures of that on her Instagram anymore. But um, like she said, she had that one last night, and then tonight she's supposed to be performing at the Rod Wave concert, which of course she had to miss due to the whole incident with Blueface taking Krishan Jr. and things like that. So she had to miss that opportunity. So I'm just hoping that she really pulls out all the stops tonight with her performance with Rod Wave, and they have a really good time, and people can really say some real good things about her today because I think she was a little embarrassed. I don't think she wants to admit that, but I think she was a little embarrassed. She did a live early this morning where she discussed everything. And to me, quite honest, she put the blame on everyone else. I shouldn't have to go behind people. Well, honestly, you do. Because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to be blamed is you. They're not going to blame the sound guy. They're not going to blame whoever. Um, the DJ's not going to get the blame. You're going to get the blame. So it really, if it's your name, you're not headlining. She's not headlining it, but of course she is performing under her name and things like that. But the blame is going to come to you. And it really comes to you when you didn't do the legwork and you just felt like you could just show up 5 minutes before the show and get on and think that everything was going to be perfect. And then the very next day, you're blaming everyone. Honestly, today, that's what a lot of people are saying about her is that she tries to play victim when things don't go right at her shows and when she's performing and she's blaming everyone else. And honestly, I hate for her to have that type of reputation because it doesn't have to be that way. And I really feel like she can turn it around, but I think she just needs to get the proper people in place so that she doesn't have to backtrack and make these type of statements and things can go smoothly for her. I think what she also needs to realize is that, yeah, it may seem like you're getting all these opportunities, but for you really to not have any music out, don't always take for granted that you're going to have all these opportunities because sometimes you may not have these opportunities. So, I'm going to present something from someone who stepped in, and people are defending themselves when they feel like they're being blamed unnecessarily. So let's see what happened here. So we have someone from the fest that says DJ from yesterday's Winterfest concert responds to Krishan's claims of him playing the wrong song during her performance. Be more prepared if you really take this serious. So they stated fact. Your people gave me one song, Krishan, and they tagged her. Myself and AJ Showtime had your other songs on deck just in case. Be more prepared if you really take this serious. Have a show track of all your songs you want to perform. Don't think the DJ has a song you made just yesterday. I also, we did not cut off your mic. The sound man did because you took too long on stage. Be professional. So people definitely are chiming in when they're feeling like they're unnecessarily getting the blame for the way her performances are turning out. And of course, everyone is not going to accept that. So this is just something that, hopefully she can avoid in the future. I'm going to show something else with things happening during last night's show, and of course, wishing her a better performance tonight. So it says Krishan has her song, mic, and the lights turned off on her during her set at the 92 Winterfest. So then she comes on and says, Krishan, they played the wrong music and turned off my mic. And then, of course, Carlissa, Blueface's mom, has to be everywhere, states, "Girl, next time wave your hands in the air and shake that ASS like you just don't care." So of course, Carlissa always has to come in and be part of anything going on. So, hopefully, like the title of the thumbnail states, I hope she's really ready to take things seriously, stand on business so she can have more professional shows so that these opportunities continue to come her way. Because, like I said, for you really not to have any music out, it's not like you have an EP out, you don't have an album out, you have nothing out. You're just riding off the social media wave that you have, really. And then you have one legit song that's Mabu's song. So, in order for you to continue to get these opportunities, you really do have to take things a bit more serious. And I hope you do. And wishing you the best. So, that's about it, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for a little candy coated conversation. And you guys have a great night. Bye.